This is an article run by CNNMoney, February 14, 2014. And in it, they make some very fundamental errors and come to exactly the wrong conclusion. So this is a cautionary tale to show you what the data really say, how to analyze them, and how to come to correct conclusions that you can defend so that you don't end up embarrassed like CNN did. First of all, let's go to FBI.gov. This is the official site where the FBI reports the number of NICS background checks that were done. When you go to a gun dealer, you fill out a form and you get a background check. And this is the FBI telling us how many they have run. And I'm just going to use data from 2010, 11, 12, and 13, 4 years of data. And down here we have the first month of 2014. Now, in the article, the author says that what he did was he checked the number of background checks that were done last month, which is January 2014, versus the number that were done in January the year before. A 2-point comparison, January of this year versus January of last year. And sure enough, if you look at the official government data, it certainly looks like there must have been a plunge in gun sales. This is a fairly basic mistake that should not have been made. So what I've done is I've taken 4 years of data, 2010 through 2013, and put them end to end. And then I've added one more point at the end, and that was January 2014. Now, what's going on here? Well, we're looking for a trend, and there's clearly an upward trend. There's also some interesting activity here where something unusual has happened, where we've detected real change. And that means that the points get little red numbers by them, and those numbers tell us which statistical rule has detected the change. So right here we have a whole bunch of real change, and down here we have a whole bunch of real change. Things that we can't explain with normal random variation. Well, let's see what happened right here. That point is November 2012. Barack Obama was elected, and his party has an anti-gun agenda. This point then is December of 2012. That was the Sandy Hook massacre, terrible event. Okay, and we had very high demand for about 4 months there, and then it went down a little bit below the trend line, and these are the last 2 months. So what we had is extra demand and then something a little bit below the trend line, which is to be expected after a period of peak demand. And then the last 2 data points here are right on the trend line. So the correct headline for the article is, gun sales keep right on growing. That's what the data say. Now, how did they get into this pickle? Well, what CNN did wrong is they compared this point right here, January, which was an anomaly. We were just coming off of a terrible tragedy. We've got an occupant in the White House that wants to restrict gun ownership, and people were afraid that they might not be able to get firearms. And then they compared that statistical anomaly with this month. Oh, well, yes, this month compared to a record-breaking, all-time, never-before-seen high, yes, sales this past month, were lower. I think I shall have a heart attack and die of not surprised. Now, Maybe I should be like Jimmy Kimmel on TV. Every once in a while he'll write little thank you notes. And so I'd like to say publicly, thank you, CNN. Thank you for the wonderful teaching example.